All right, it's now time for the Week 11 fantasy show. Only four more regular season weeks to go. Let's see what happened in Week 10 last week, starting with my matchup versus Zach. And Zach picks up a big victory over me, 126 to 117. Decent scoreline compared to some of these other matchups, but not good enough for me to get the win. As looking at Zach's team, he had a great game on Thursday night from Lemar against my Chase Brown, who also had a nice night with 22 points, but not good enough. As Lemar set the stage for Zach's team. There was some inconsistent performances from both teams. Tyreek Hill got a touchdown, but only got 11 points. CeeDee Lamb had a bad game and only got 8. That's going to be a concern moving forward. Garrett Wilson also did not do very good. So it was kind of my wide receivers letting me down this week. On Zach's side, Travis Kelce with another very strong big game. And then it came down to Monday night, but Tyreek only needed 3 points and obviously had 11. So GG's to Zach. Big win for him to put him to 6-4, puts me to 5-5 in that muck for the playoff spots. Zach looking very strong to make the playoffs this year after a disappointing season last year, finishing last. He has definitely been more active this season and is paying off with a very nice looking team at the moment. Zach, your comments after the win?
I have a couple comments actually.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, golfer, I don't know if you remember this, but a few weeks ago you made some comments on my team about how I didn't score a lot of points. Do you remember that?
No, because that's not what I said, but we've been over this like 15 times that
You
week.
were talking a lot of shit on my
I
team
was
mid-game, and I
not.
come back
I
to
was not.
score
That's incorrect.
140 some points that game.
Yes, because
And here we
not
are
what I
this
said,
week,
but
and I beat the shit out of you, so I'm happy.
beat
Justice
the
has been
shit out of
served.
me. You beat me by 9 points. I wouldn't say that's beating
I
the
beat
shit
you,
out of
buddy.
me. Okay, you did beat me, but you didn't beat the shit out of me. But
Beat the shit out of you.
congratulations. Good win. I gave you credit if you were listening to what I said. I
Your
said
team's
you
dog
finished
shit.
last place last year, and you're now looking very strong to make the playoffs. So
Your
good
team is
job.
dog shit. You're lucky you
Okay.
didn't finish last place last year.
Okay.
Strong is
I would like
bold.
to say something.
Strong is bold to say.
Oh,
What the fuck
okay,
is talking?
Pusa.
Oops,
So you're saying Zach's team is not looking good, even though he's 6-4, and he's scored a
Oh,
good.
I'm not saying he's not looking good. I'm just saying strong's a
And
bold
that's all
word.
you need to say. Stronger than your team, buddy.
Okay. All
I would
right.
like to say
Anybody else want to make comments on this matchup? I'm sure Ernie wants to
Yeah.
come in and dick suck a little, so go ahead, Ernie.
Oh,
Golfer, it's not Ernie's fault your team is fucking trash, buddy.
I mean, my team is not trash. I had a decent score line, and I would have
trash.
beat 8 out of the 12 people this week.
your team is
Just
trash.
got unlucky I faced you.
Your team is trash.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
Ernie.
First of all, your team is trash.
All right.
You need to do a trade by Sunday. You're not gonna win
I
this.
don't think I do, but okay.
These 8 points by CD is the new average for him.
Could be.
It might be his ceiling.
Could be, but he still had 10 targets, so those 10 targets aren't going to
If you're
equate
in
to
the
8
muck
points every
for
week.
last place for playoffs, I am not worried. I will make the playoffs.
Okay. Interesting coming from you who are 4-6, but we'll get into your matchup here soon. All right. Anybody else want to make any comments on this? All right. Moving on to the next matchup in a matchup of battle of teams that are looking very, very rough at the moment. Zombie versus Rat, and Rat picks up a big win that was much needed. Thank God he was playing Zombie this week, who only scored 91 points and gets the loss. They both go to 5-5 now, so this evens out the standings quite a bit. Sends one of those teams that could have went to 6-4 down to 5-5. Zombie's team looking very rough. He picked up Aaron Rodgers this week and started him, and he only got him 4 points and looked absolutely god awful. The Jets' offense in that game, God help them. Meanwhile, Rat traded for Josh Allen in that huge trade that we will talk about here in a minute, and shipped off Christian McCaffrey before he even got him a single point this season as his number 1 overall pick, but we'll discuss that more here shortly. Josh Allen got 18, not bad, although had 2 picks. He had to start Jalen Warren, who 9.5 from a guy that you don't really want to start, but had to start, I guess isn't bad. James Conner obviously had a big game for him. Another bad game for Devontae Smith. He had to play Robert Woods because Nico didn't come back this week. So a lot of rough points from the receivers. but it was enough to overcome Zombies' team, who is a mess. I mean, Brees Hall with another. I mean, Brees. You talk about CD's height being 8 points for the rest of the year. Well, Brees Hall's been getting like 10 points almost every week for the past like 5 weeks. Another horrible game from Brees Hall, who doesn't seem to ever get in the end zone anymore. Aaron Jones also, who is a little banged up, not doing too well. Drake London's, I guess, Zombies' huge bright spot along with Cup. Those two guys are good, but everyone else on Zombies' team is very inconsistent. Neighbors has fallen off the tank since that injury midseason. Brian Thomas, it's either a 20-point game or a low single-digit game. And with Mac Jones throwing the ball for Jacksonville, good luck with that. And now he's got quarterback problems with Dak Prescott going on IR for the rest of the year. So Zombie did make a trade for a quarterback, which we'll talk about, but I don't know if that's going to save him. A lot of his players on his team are trending downward, and I don't know about Zombie's team moving forward. And at 5-5, he's right in that muck of either making the playoffs or missing the playoffs. We'll see. On Rat's side, like you said, wasn't much better as he only scored 108 points, but he gets the dub, and it's a much-needed dub for him to get him out of that under 500 club. So big win for him. We'll see. I think Rat's team moving forward has potential if he gets his players back healthy, like Nico and T. Higgins to go with Allen and Connor. I think his team moving forward looks a lot stronger to make a playoff push over Zombie's team, but that's my opinion. Anybody want to make any comments on this matchup?
CMC coming back, Rats and Nico. Rats
Not CMC coming back, but yes, Nico.
coming back.
Okay, moving on to the next matchup of the week, and this was the blowout behind the woodshed rape of the century. Pusa takes Matt behind the St. Louis Strip Club and does something dirty to him. 170-80. 170. Huge scoreline from Pusa's team. Huge week for him for obviously Hurts. Just continues to put up 30-point games. Rachaad White had a very nice game with a touchdown. I mean, Pollard, I guess, was a lower spot, and Waddle, but Jamar Chase set the tone on Thursday for 55 huge points and 3 touchdowns. Just a monster game. I mean, that point total right there on Thursday, and it was already over this matchup. And I think Matt knew it was over after Thursday when he only got 14 from Henry on Thursday. And Andrews did have a nice game. That was the one bright spot for Matt's team, but Etienne just continues to be a bust this year. DJ Moore continues to look horrible. Swift, that whole Chicago's offense looks bad. He picked up Kirk Cousins and used him again this week. Not very good. Just, it's a mess for Matt. He's now 2-8 on the season. The worst part about it is the other teams that were only a game ahead of him both won this week. So now Matt is 2 games in last place. He's got to win, basically, probably got to win like 3 of the last 4 to have a chance to get out of the basement. It's not looking good. Matt has said for a while he's on the beach, and now it looks like he's in dead last on the beach for this season. Anybody want to make any comments? Pusa, your comments after ass raping Matt really, really bad.
Pusa, you go.
I would just like to say that I put Matt on the ballot beginning of the season because I thought that he was just not going to be competitive in this league anymore. He's not very active.
Well, I'm glad you're now owning up to that, but yes.
And it seems to be evident that it's time.
It's not
Matt, hang it up.
No.
Matt,
I'm gonna defend Matt a little bit because he tried. It's not his fault that he got very unlucky with the teams he chose players from because he went all in the Bears and the Colts.
Well,
I think his draft was not good. I think we can all agree his draft was not good.
Yes.
He has tried more from a trading standpoint this year, but from a waiver standpoint, I don't know if you noticed, but most weeks he does not put in any waiver claims. He waits till the end of the week to then just pick up whoever's left, and I don't think that's a very good strategy. But I will say he has tried more with trades this year. It just hasn't worked out because a lot of the players.
I'm sorry you're donating that $100, Matt. That could be used on child support.
Well, the good news for him is he's got betting wins each day that will supplement the last place.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but
New
Pusa is
cocaine
6-4. You're looking very strong to make the playoffs. I would say at this point, the way your team's looking, I'd say you're one of the locks right now to make the playoffs, unless something drastically goes wrong with injuries, which I'm sure none of us here are hoping that happens to your team.
Fuck you.
I-
Fuck
I-
you.
But would you like to make a comment on your own team, Pusa, instead of just ripping on Matt?
Yes, this would be a look at a strong lineup. I think your wording of Zach's team was incorrect. This is an example of a strong team.
Suck my fucking dick, you weak fucking little bitch. You're not strong shit. You fucking suck.
I would disagree. I think
Oh
you
my-
and Zach's
Sorry,
teams are
everyone.
very similar. You both have really, really good quarterbacks that are putting up 30 points a game.
Mine's
is better.
Both your running backs, are good to average, but good.
Wait, who are Pusa's running backs?
Pollard
Mine are
and Rashad White.
Better.
Obviously, you both have one really dynamic wide receiver, top pick wide receiver. However, Pusa has the advantage because Chase has been popping off. But if Tyreek Hill can get going, I mean,
Dude,
it is.
Jamar Chase equaled Tyreek Hill's score is season tally.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean Tyreek Hill can't get going and put up these type of performances.
God, you better hope.
I'm just saying you both have first round wide receiver talents that have the potential to put up 55 points in a game, like you just saw with Chase. Tyreek Hill can do that. I mean, Waddle, I don't think Waddle's going to do shit until Tyreek Hill starts popping off. Then maybe Waddle gets extra. But, I mean, and Devontae Adams, I mean, I know you love him, so it's hard to talk shit on Devontae Adams because you won't allow it. But that Jets offense.
Oh, he's on the trade block.
Well,
He's on the trade block.
Yeah, and good luck trading him when he's looking like shit on a shit offense.
Whoa!
I
You
mean-
know my friend that likes to trade with me. He was interested today.
And Zach has you beat at tight end. I mean, by far.
Who's the tight end?
Travis Kelce, who's back.
Okay, yeah.
Compared to your
Suck
tight
my
end.
dick, bitch.
The
you
only
fucking
thing I will
midget.
say is
Look,
you have a
look,
second
look,
star
look.
wide receiver, but he has a better tight end. Other than that, I think your teams are pretty equal.
Well, hopefully we play in the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Ernie. You were
Who's
gonna say
up?
something?
Got lucky. Trade raping the shit out of Slaps. All right. He
Yeah.
might do it again.
I don't know why Slaps was even allowed to trade at this
I don't know
point.
why Slaps is in this league. It's gonna be a hard push next year.
I don't
for him
know
to
why
not be
you're
here.
shitting on Slaps. He's made a couple
Um,
great trades the last couple weeks, which Pusa admitted
Shut the hell up.
the other day that were
Of
good
course,
trades.
Pusa's
for
gonna
him.
admit it. So it was a great
The
trade.
trade with Pusa earlier in the season was not good at all. I will give you that. We've already talked about that though many times on the show. But these last couple trade Slaps has made have been good.
There's some trades gonna happen by Sunday. I
Okay.
can guarantee that are
Alright.
gonna change the outcome of the league.
Okay.
It's gonna come down to how I do, Bill.
How you do with Bill. Okay. Well, just know if you're thinking of if you lose to Bill, just fire sailing to somebody to help them win. That won't be allowed by the league. So good luck with that. Moving on
Thanks,
to
nothing
the
about-
next matchup, we saw kind of an upset that not a lot of people saw coming. Cheese falls to Tyler, 119 to 104. Another rough week for Cheese as he's now 6-4 after he was in first place for almost the whole season, rolling along. The last few weeks he's hit some rough waters with his team. A little bit of inconsistency starting to form with Cheese's team. Meanwhile, Tyler, another strong week for him. That's a couple weeks now in a row. He's had some decent games. 119, despite Daniel Jones. He starts Daniel Jones and somehow wins. I mean, I guess Daniel Jones outscoring Jaden Daniels, the MVP of Cheese's team. I guess that was a big shock there. Obviously, the Lions boys both got 12 points, but a little bit of a down game. You know, normally they combine from 30, and they only combined for 24 this time around. Darnell Mooney had another strong game. He looks like a great pickup this season. Zay Flowers, though, you're going to have to expect this from Zay Flowers. Some weeks he has 22, and some weeks he only has single digits. Kittle, though, had another nice game with a touchdown, although did get banged up, so we'll see. Achane, not that great. Only 10 points. Cheese was praying that Achane would get a bunch of checkdowns and a bunch of points, and every time he would pray, then Puka Nacua would get a catch and wipe out any chance Cheese had of coming back on Monday night.
I just want to
Uh,
understand.
so
Never
yeah.
gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around.
Kill yourself.
Is there? Okay, interesting. But on Tyler's side, his running backs performed very good. Outscored the Lions boys, 17 and 15 for Tracy and Mixon. Amon-Ra had a nice game. Nakua had a nice game. Just a complete solid performance. I mean, everybody except for Hunter Henry, he had to start a second tight end. Got double digits except Henry. So big win for Tyler, 4-6. As I said, he moves 2 games ahead of Matt for that last place. And don't look now, he's really only a game back of a playoff chance. His points for is a little bit low though, but so he probably needs another win. But he's in the mix. He's got his team back into the mix. Geez, your comments now after falling again and now 6-4. It's looking.
This was my lowest points of the season. Basically, a lot of players.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Zach,
Sound
can
like
I
a
even
bitch.
talk, man? You bald fuck. Literally, a lot of my players had their worst weeks of this year. Okay.
The question is though,
Daniels,
does that
obviously-
continue? Are you worried that might
No,
continue?
I don't think so. There's a lot of-
Pusa, let him
I'm gonna mute you. I'm
You
muted.
don't need to sing,
Just
Pooh.
muted.
Pusa, we really don't want you singing. That's not your specialty.
Look, Golfer, there's a lot of tough matchups. Okay,
Yeah,
I can't really do
jeez.
much. There's a lot of tough matchups. Steelers' pass defense is always elite. Texans were stuffing the run. Achane was getting stuffed. Zay Flowers didn't get the ball, unfortunately. It's just some tough matchups. We'll rebound.
Okay, well, you don't sound too worried.
And also, my schedule opens up mainly because I get kind of bailed by facing 2 bye weeks.
So who are the 2 bye weeks?
You and Rat.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're counting those wins already.
No, I'm just saying I get
Very good.
bailed, so it's going to be an easier matchup. It's not necessarily win. But
All right. Well,
but
Rat, you
better
heard that.
for
Cheese is already counting us as easy bye week wins for Cheese. All right. It'd be a shame if you lost those bye weeks
You're
and then missed the
projected for
playoffs.
57 points.
Buddy,
Kinda like
the
last year,
lineups
right?
can
Up
change
80
by
points.
then. I haven't even totally said it. What?
Lineup can
I don't
change.
look that
look.
far ahead to set the lineup. What?
Next week.
Okay, buddy.
change.
All right.
Also,
Anybody
I
else
look
want to
for
make any
President
comments
again.
on Cheese or Tyler?
Presidents can't change, but lineups can.
Yeah. Tyler
They can,
changes.
Zach.
Tyler
They
did
can.
change his team name, but before this, last week he had it as Donald J. Trump, and Donald J. Trump defeats another liberal once again
Rocker.
in another great victory for Donald Trump. All right, moving on to the next matchup of last week. We saw Slaps continue
No comment. Next
his
matchup.
dominant. Oh, we're not moving past this one just yet. Slaps continues his out of nowhere few weeks now of dominant huge point totals, 149 to 119.
Dominant. It's only 20 points.
What do you mean? Can you do math? It's 30 points. But anyways, Slaps another monster week as that's now a
29.
few in a row. Joe Burrow just continues to put up huge games, 33 points, and he doesn't even run the ball. Chuba Hubbard with another big game, 24. That trade for Chuba has worked big time for Slaps the last few weeks, although now he's shipped him away. We'll talk about that in a minute. Pickens, huge game as well. That trade looked good. Sutton was also in the trade. He had 19, another strong game for him. Hawkinson had his first nice game of the year with 9 targets and 8 catches for 15 points. Najee got his normal 11 to 12. Josh Downs had an okay game with 14. I mean, his kicker was really his only downside. On Ernie's side, 119, respectable score. Really, it was kind of just Barkley that let him down as Hurts took all the touchdowns, as Barkley only got 8. Ridley had a monster game, though. Ladd, only single digits. Pitts with 10, not bad. Overall, some solid, most of his lineup was in double digits. McCaffrey, his newly acquired, which we'll talk about, with 16, looked pretty solid in his debut game. So some signs, good signs for Ernie that he's not out of it by far. 4-6, you're right in the mix. Obviously, he's made some moves. He's already hinting at more moves here on this final week of the trade deadline. We'll see what happens. But it's another loss for Ernie. His team's been solid this past month, but he hasn't picked up very many wins because he's been getting, outscored by other teams putting up monster weeks. Earlier in the season, Ernie probably thought this would be an easy win at this point of the year against Slaps, who looked horrible. But the last few weeks, Slaps' teams come alive, and just bad timing to play Slaps right now. Ernie, your comments after losing to Slaps.
I'm so excited I missed it. Also,
Okay, hold on.
That noise.
Who are we hearing right now in the
yours.
Pusa.
I just swear I'm fake.
Kick 'em.
Pusa? you're playing shit that we don't even understand what it is because it's just so loud. Like, if you want to say something or play some type
My
of
mistake.
recording, you
I
can wait
I
till your
thought I was
turn
muted.
and then you can play it.
Damn
I
right,
thought I
it's
was
your
muted.
mistake, you little midge.
Okay,
Midget.
Ernie, go ahead.
No. I got something to say.
No.
It's not your
Shut
turn.
up. Shut
This
up.
is Ernie's
It's not your
matchup.
turn,
No,
buddy.
Zach,
I will
apologize.
come to you
Zach,
when
No,
it's
no, it's
apologize
not your
right now.
turn. It's Ernie's turn.
Ernie
It's
is
Ernie's
starting.
turn.
It's
talk.
his
Pusa,
matchup.
You're
go
causing
ahead.
problems in this fucking stream. Get out of here.
Zach,
You're
apologize.
acting like you
Shut
don't
up.
know
Shut up, you
what's on.
motherfucking
Both
idiot.
of you stop, please. Ernie,
Ernie's turn.
comments on getting beat by 30 by slaps.
No comment. I lost to
No
slaps.
comment. Fuck you, sir.
Zach,
I mean,
please.
it is what it is. I'm
He's
not
got
worried
no
about
comment.
the playoffs. I play a bunch of bumps next.
Okay, so you're not worried at all about getting into the
Nope.
playoffs. All right.
Nope.
Okay, Pusa, what would you like to say now?
I would like to have Zach apologize to me right now.
He's not apologizing, so stop.
Zach,
Hold on,
apologize
Golf.
to me
Hold
right
on.
now.
Hold on, everybody, hold on. Pusa? Buddy? I am sorry that you're a fucking midget that gets no fucking bitches, you little fucking bitch.
Ooh.
Okay. Can we talk fantasy related here? Anything you want to say about fantasy
And
related,
your fucking
Pusa?
team sucks, Pusa.
About this matchup that you were playing something about?
Congratulations to Slaps.
Okay.
That's fine.
You were giving Slaps credit the other day in the party. Would you like to say what you said to me in the party the other day?
And I resigned that.
Okay.
After
Since
the
you
trade
don't want to say it,
negotiations-
I will say it because
No.
you said
no.
the
After
other day in
trade
the party
negotiations
that
today-
you thought Slaps raped Zach in that trade. And
Oh no, there's no
yes.
question.
Oh, okay. And you said you thought Slaps traded very well with that trade with Pook a while back. So
Correct.
yes.
But his trade negotiation skills today are horrible.
Well,
He is
you're only
trying
saying
to
that
ra-
because he's not giving you, or you're not getting what you want from him. So.
Well, no, because
Okay.
prices are ridiculous.
Okay,
They're
well,
nowhere
he
close
has
to
been
fair.
winning and his players have been popping off, so you should
Because-
expect that.
because
from
Wait.
him.
Really?
Who's just complaining about the
Yeah,
prices?
you should
You
expect
be the
that.
last one to complain, buddy. You got your shit for free.
Pusa, you shouldn't be surprised when Slaps starts putting up big numbers and performing well, and his players are performing well. It Slaps. Anytime his player
Well,
does really
hold
good,
on.
he's going to
He
want a
contacted
arm and a
me.
leg.
He contacted me. I did not
Okay.
contact him.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
he
so?
expects me to fucking be a yard sale for him. He's
I mean,
4 and fucking
he's not
6
here complaining about you not accepting his trade.
because he lives in the UK. If he
No,
wouldn't,
he
he
wasn't
would
even
be.
complaining in the chat today. It's not like he's all upset that you didn't accept his trade. You're the only one upset that he sent you a bad offer.
Because he's trying to rape whoever. He's gonna
Okay,
DM
and
everybody
you
in the
do
league
the
about
same
it. He's
thing.
trying to get him on the fucking
You do the
knees.
same thing to people.
No, I don't do it to you.
You were trying to do that to Bill earlier today. What do you mean?
No, that was Slaps. Slaps.
Oh.
3-person trade.
Okay. Anyways.
Sure, buddy.
All right. Moving on to the final matchup of last week. Speaking of Bill, we saw Bill fall to Pook. This was not
How
unexpected.
pathetic.
Everybody, well, if you were in the show
We got
last
a
week,
lot to
Pusa, you
say.
would have saw that everyone just looked at Bill's team and said, we don't know how this team is beating Pook, even though Pook's team did not do very much as well. 101 to 67. It was a blowout, but it was a blowout with only the winning team scoring 101 points. Must be nice, Pook. Pook now goes to solo first place with 7-3 with this big win. Bill falls to 6-4. Still in the playoff spots at the moment, but Bill's team is looking a little rough with the injuries and the issues.
This might be the worst 6-4 in the history of fantasy.
I mean, you got to be fair to him. He's had a lot of injuries. As Cheese pointed out on his injury report before, he lost Godwin. He lost, who was his running back? Pacheco earlier in the year that he had to trade away. I mean, he's had some big injuries that he's had to overcome. I mean, it's still a team that can get in the playoffs at 6-4. He really only needs to win like one or two more games out of the four. So maybe he can piece some things together. I know he's trying to make a trade. The league, saved him from a trade, which we'll talk about here shortly. But on Pook's side, Darnold had a bad game. Where was this when I faced Pook? Darnold putting up 6.4 points. Bijan, though, was the bright spot as he just continues to dominate. That's a trade that Matt made that I'm sure Matt, even though Henry's been really good, Bijan just looks even better with the 29 each points. He had to start Tank Bigsby, who got 0.4, but he still overcome it. Jefferson with a bad game for once with only 9.8 points, but Scary Terry picked him up with 16. Ferguson, got to be a little bit of concern going forward with that. And of course, Hopkins, after popping off last week against me in that game, comes back way back down to earth with only 9.6 points this week. So, some inconsistencies with Pook's team. Even though he's 7-3 and looking very strong to make the playoffs, it would take a monster collapse at this point for Pook to not make the playoffs with his points for and the fact that he's already had 7 wins. He'd basically have to lose out, and then maybe he still makes it even if he loses out. So big win for him to almost lock up his playoff spot. No surprise, Pook's team looking okay, I'll say. He does have some question marks, though. On Bill's side, we'll see what happens with him moving forward. It's not trending in the
He's
right
cooked.
direction for Bill. Yeah, there's a
He's
couple
cooked.
6-4, 5-5s that I think are trending very, very down. There's a couple that are like teetering, and then there's a couple that are going to be on the upswing in the next few weeks. Which we'll talk about here in a second. So looking at the standings, we see, as I said, Pook the solo first place team at 7-3. Then we have 4 teams at 6-4. Cheese, Pusa, Zach, and Bill all at 6-4. Then Zombie and myself would round up the 2 5-5s in the playoffs based on points for over Rat at the 8 seed at 5-5. Then we have the 4 and 6s, Ernie, Tyler, and Slaps all at 4 and 6. Only that one game back. And then Matt bringing up the rear at 2 and 8. So looking at these standings real quick before we move to the trades and waivers. As I said, we got some teams at 6-4, maybe that aren't like the others. At the moment, I want everybody with 4 weeks left to go to give me your playoff predictions of which teams you think are making the
Right
7
now?
playoff. Yes, with 4 weeks to
I'll
go.
go.
Looking at
I'll
these
start.
standings.
Oh shit! I don't even know.
Jeez, go
I'll
ahead.
start. I will be taking first place.
No. I don't really care about the seeding.
Oh, just the
You're
teams?
fucking
I
Okay,
just
retarded.
want to know the
Okay.
7
You're
teams
fucking
that are making the
retarded.
playoffs.
I will make the playoffs. Pusa will
Okay.
make the playoffs.
Okay.
I think Zach will make the playoffs.
Okay.
Poop.
Jeez.
Yep, that's
So
4.
top 4 will remain. Top 4 remains. I
Yes.
think Golfer will get in,
Okay.
and I think Rat will also get in,
That's 6.
and then
Who's the final spot?
I think Ernie will
Ernie.
overtake Zombie.
Ooh, okay. So Bill and Zombie fall out and Ernie and Rat bump in. Okay, interesting. I think am I exactly similar to you? I think Pook, Cheese, Pusa, and Zach all make it. I think I squeak in barely, like probably in the 7th seed. I think Rat definitely makes it because I think his team's going to start trending upward. And you know what? Ernie's hinting on making some huge trades. If Ernie keeps the team the way it is, I think he makes it. So I'm going to just go off of what I'm seeing at the moment. His points for is very high. So if he can just get the wins, he just needs to win like 3 out of his final 4 games, which I think he does it. I think Zombie's team is definitely trending downward. And Bill's team, I want to keep Bill in, but I just think Ernie's team's stronger.
I mean, Bill only has to win like 1 game realistically.
Yeah, I mean his points for is kind of low though, so 1 win might not. He might. I think Bill can get to 7-7, but I think he might be like the 8 seed 7-7 based on points for.
Maybe.
So that's why I'm gonna say he just misses. So I think I'm gonna agree with Cheese on the 7.
Okay.
Go ahead.
For me,
Pusa. Yep.
I will take Pook will make it, Cheese will make it, Pusa will make it. I actually think Tyler will make it.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
I think Rat's gonna make it.
Wait. Quick question. Tyler making it. Are you saying he gets to 8 wins? Because
He wins out?
Let me see his schedule.
Because at 7
Who's the
wins,
fucking
it's
idiot?
going to be points
He's
4.
guaranteed one loss.
At
He's
points
guaranteed one
4,
loss in his
he's
next
the
4.
lowest by of everybody
he
besides
plays-
Slaps and Matt.
He plays Golfer, then Zach, then Pook.
I mean, I'm not trying to get you to change your mind. You could stick to it. I'm just asking,
And
are you
then
saying he
Ernie.
gets in a 7 or he gets 8?
Oh, he
I
also
think his
has
team's pretty good.
Well, that's not the question. The question is it good enough to run the table
doesn't
and get
know.
8 wins, or you're saying he gets 7 and somehow scores a shit ton of points the next 4 weeks and takes over points 4
Fuck, he's gonna win
from
out.
other
Huh?
people? I mean, he doesn't have to win out if he scores a shit ton of points every week, but he's got to overtake. I mean, he's at 1,095. Rat's at 1,142, so that's about a 50-point advantage. Then there's
Tyler?
me at almost 100 points ahead of him.
Tyler's got to drop
And
like
then me.
150 and win 3 or 4.
I got almost 300 ahead.
So I'm
I
just
have 300 ahead
asking
of him.
you. You say he's gonna make it, so I'm
Yep,
assuming
I'll
you
stand
say he's
by it.
getting 8 wins. Okay. All right.
I'll
That's
stand
strong
by it.
He's
prediction.
not beating me.
Okay.
He's
Then
not
who
beating me
else?
in 3 weeks.
Rat will make it.
Okay.
That's 5.
Yep.
I think Ernie's gonna make it. That's 6.
Okay.
And I think the last seed will be Zombie.
Okay.
You're saying
Interesting.
Zach, Bill, Golfer.
Very
Hello.
interesting predictions there. That's a lot. That's different than me and Cheese's thoughts. I like it. Okay. Who's next? Ernie
Zach. Nope.
or Zach? Which one wants to go
The
next?
top 4 stay,
Okay.
and then I'm making it as a 6 seed.
Okay.
Okay.
Rat's making it.
Okay. So that's 6 teams at the moment. Who's the last?
And I say it's gonna be a close one between Golfer and Tyler, but Golfer sneaks in by the points.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All
So
right,
I'll just
Zach.
nuke his team for no reason this week, and then not make shit.
It's true. He is.
My turn.
Yep.
I ain't putting too much brain work into it. I'm making it. Ernie's making it. Pooh's missing. That's all I got to
Who's
say.
missing?
Pussy.
Oh, I thought you said Pook.
Who's the?
You're saying
Oh,
Pook.
Pussy.
So you don't want to just
Okay.
give us the rest of the teams making it?
You saying everybody currently, but Pusa.
Don't
No,
care.
that's not
Me,
what he
Ernie are
said.
in. Me and
You
Ernie
just
are
said
in.
him
Puss
and
is
his
out.
butt buddy Ernie are in, and then Poos is somehow
He's not
missing.
my butt buddy.
First of all, Golfer,
Okay.
don't fucking start. You
Golfer,
stupid fucking bitch.
I don't.
Golfer, my new
So you're-
my
hold
new
on.
prediction. Let me talk.
So
it's my
you're
turn.
saying that Pusa
Golfer's
my
not
loses
making
turn.
my
out?
My
prediction.
turn.
I'm just
I
asking.
got my prediction.
You
I'm
wanna see
in.
their
Ernie's
finishing
in.
Yes,
right next to his
Pusa
back.
is out.
I heard your
Golfer
prediction.
is out.
Okay,
Golfer
I
is
heard your
out.
prediction. I'm asking a follow-up.
I had a new prediction. Golfer's
Okay,
out.
that's fine. You can have that
I
prediction.
have a new prediction too. I have a new
Pusa-
prediction.
You're saying Pusa misses, so you're saying he loses out.
Yep.
Okay,
Sure.
interesting.
I have a new prediction.
Okay, go ahead.
Golfer finishes 11th right next to his.
Okay.
Okay.
11th
And
right next to
CD.
who? You broke up.
Right next to your boy Matt at 12.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as I don't finish 12th, then that's fine with me. All right. Looking at waivers then for this past week, obviously there was one huge play. Audric Estime for $77. Now, obviously, the $77 wouldn't be the case earlier in the year, but we're getting late where fab doesn't mean too much anymore. So 77. It's actually a good bid though because Pusa bid 62, so he needed that 77 to win him. So highly contested there. Pook bid 28, Rat bid 15, Slaps bid 4. So big pickup for Tyler there. We'll see how good it is moving forward. He has been getting some increased workload, but there's still other running backs in that backfield to contest with. But Tyler obviously needed a second running back this week. Pusa, you want to make any comments on getting outbid? How much fab did you have enough to win it? If you wanted,
Didn't
Oh,
Pusa
yeah.
say he was gonna get his player guaranteed?
Yeah.
well, he
I
thought
know
so
that.
by bidding 62 on a guy, but apparently got out thought.
Yeah, whatever. Tyler's fucking weird, but whatever.
How can you say Tyler's weird when you bid 62 on him? That's a shit
He
ton
bid
as well.
$77.
Yeah,
on
and
him.
he needed it because you bid 62.
Yeah, and he's pretty happy. He's been saying all during the day that that's his new running back. He didn't want to.
Okay, well,
He's happy with that guy.
we'll see how
All
good
right.
it. does moving forward.
Well, hopefully it works out for him because I predicted it would make the playoffs. So
Yeah. Zombie bid 17, only bid on Noah Brown, so a little bit of an overpay there.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say anything's an
Did-
overpay at this point, to be honest.
I mean, it's an overpay when
I mean,
nobody
if you
else
just put
bids.
$1 and
Okay,
win
but
them.
like,
It's an
okay,
overpay
but at this
when
point,
nobody
FAB
bids.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm still saying it's $17 when nobody else bid $1.
Booster could use those $17.
It's one thing
for
if you
estimate.
know other people are going to bid on them, so then you bid really high because you just want to get them. That kind of like what Tyler did. That's better than just bidding 17 on a guy nobody else bid on. Then Pook gets Marshawn Lloyd for 13. Once again, nobody bid on him. Slabs picks up Mechie. That could be decent if Nico's out. He had a really nice game last week. Ray McLeod. Ernie picks up for $1. I picked up Knox in case Kincaid is out. And Bill picks up Bates after that big game-winning 50-yard kick as his kicker moving forward. And Slabs picked up Will Levis. So there are waivers for this week. Looking now at the trades for this past week. It has been a busy week, obviously, with the trade deadline looming at the end of Monday Night Football. The trade option will be gone from Sleepers. So you have until the end of the Monday Night Football game to get a trade accepted.
Oh, I thought Sunday night.
Nope. Monday Night Football. At the conclusion of the game, shortly after the game is done, the trade option will be gone. Now, reminder, any trades that are accepted on Sunday or Monday, if players are already locked, those will still go through on Tuesday morning, even though the trade deadline is at the end of Monday night. You just cannot propose any trades after Monday Night Football. So if you propose it on Sunday or Monday during the day and it gets accepted, it'll get voted on, and then it will still process on Tuesday morning. You just won't be able to propose any trades on Tuesday. Everyone understand, hopefully.
Yes.
Looking at then the trades, we start with obviously the big one that we kind of hinted at earlier. We didn't get to discuss this past week because Rat made it after Thursday. I wish Rat was here right now so he could have a say on this, but he's already talked a little bit about it this past week defending it. Rat gets Amari Cooper, Josh Allen, and Kenneth Walker for Christian McCaffrey, Kyler Murray, who he then traded away after that, and Jordan Mason, the handcuff to McCaffrey. So Rat held McCaffrey all season long as his number 1 overall pick this season with the first overall pick in the draft. Then, when he was just about to come back to get him some points finally on the year, at the end of the season, he trades them before he plays. So Rat's number 1 overall pick this season did not get him a single point for his fantasy team this year. Obviously, Rat will point to the haul that he got with Cooper, Allen, and Walker. Obviously, Walker is a very good running back who Rat, in his opinion, thinks is not that far off from McCaffrey, as he said this past week. I'd say there's a decent gap there in usage. McCaffrey obviously is the focal point of the offense. Walker is obviously used very much and has been catching the ball more this year, but they still got DK, they got JSN, they still have wide receivers to throw the ball to. McCaffrey is the focal point of the 49er offense, and with the 49ers being, fighting for a playoff spot, they're going to have to use him a lot. They can't rest him now that he's back. Josh Allen, though, obviously is a very good quarterback, so he upgrades there at quarterback. And Amari Cooper could be very good with the Allen to Cooper connection, but Cooper is battling injuries. So he did not play this past week. He's missed a few games now in a row. So that's kind of, could be good, but is he going to come back in time for Rat to make the playoff run? If Cooper keeps missing games, then this trade is basically just an upgrade at quarterback for Christian McCaffrey. That's why I don't necessarily like it from Rat's standpoint. On Ernie's side, he gets Lockett, McCaffrey, and Mason, as this was a three-way with Bill getting Murray, Kyron Williams, and Tank Dell. When I first seen this trade, I really liked it from Ernie's side the best. I still do because I saw how this first game back from McCaffrey, and he already had 16 and was involved pretty good at over 100 yards from scrimmage. Bill's side, I think I like it the least because Kyler Murray, although he looked really good this past week, Josh Allen compared to Kyler Murray, Josh Allen's good. Kyler Murray can be good. Kyron Williams, who he's already been trying to trade away and doesn't seem to be getting the value that he wants. So I don't really understand getting rid of, Walker and Cooper if then you're just not gonna really like Kyron Williams to trade him away. I don't know. I don't like it. I like it the least from Bill's standpoint. Then Rat, and I think I like it the best from Ernie. If he can get into the playoffs with McCaffrey and Barkley, that could be very good. We'll see.
And Kamara.
And Kamara, yes, he's got a three-headed running back monster. The only problem with Ernie's team is wide receiver, which we discussed. Ernie, your comments on this trade that you made for McCaffrey.
I like what I got. Like I said, I downgraded on receiver, but I mean, my receivers have been ass all week. I just need them to get 10 points, which I feel Lockett can get. Little check down merchant. I don't know what Rat's thinking because Rat's been hitting my DMs to get McCaffrey back.
Oh,
or
really?
pennies. Yeah, like
So he's already regretting the trade, is what you're saying?
yes.
Oh boy. Dang,
He's
I
been
wish Rat
spamming
was here
me.
right now because I
He's been
doubt.
spamming me with the Amari Cooper and Josh Allen stack. I don't care for. I mean, yes, it's an upgrade, but not worth it for me at this point. If I could get more. And then Bill, I don't know what he's Kyron that trade he accepted a couple of days ago. I don't know, and they got vetoed or declined.
Yeah.
I just gotta make the playoffs. I feel like I'm in a position. I'm not gonna panic.
Okay. Interesting.
And I paid Bill this weekend.
All right. Anybody else want to make any comments on this big three-way trade?
No.
Nope. All right.
Yeah, I would say that I honestly did like Rat's side of the trade. Getting
Wait.
Kenneth
Like it the
Walker.
best or just liked it? Like you're saying he won the trade or you just don't mind it, but Ernie still
Let me take a look in a little bit deeper here. I mean, Bill's side was pretty good. I mean, honestly, it was pretty fair trade all the way now that I look at
Really?
it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really see a clear loser in this deal, honestly.
Okay. So
What do you
difference in
think? I
opinion.
wasn't paying
All right.
attention.
I already gave you my opinion. I don't understand it from Bill's side. I like it. I don't really like it from Rat's side, and I like it the best from Ernie's side.
But for Bill, he traded two wide receivers that are probably worse than the one he got, and then he got Kyler Murray, who's
Wait. He
obviously
traded.
a
Wait.
little is a lot worse than he
Wait.
got.
Wait. He traded away two wide receivers that were probably worse than the one he got. If
Yeah.
Amari Cooper's healthy, he's way better than Tank Dell.
Bro, Amari Cooper's
Yes.
not
And
that
Kenneth
good.
Walker versus Kyron Williams. I mean, Kyron's very good, but Kenneth Walker's also very good. They're both like top 10 running backs.
No, Kyron's better than
Yes.
Kenneth Walker.
Kyron's way
I-
better than
I
Walker with this little
don't-
stomach aches that cost him every 2 weeks.
I don't think so. What are their stats?
Let's compare.
Yeah, look up their stats.
It's not comparable. Kyron's way better.
Let's see, Kyron is the 7th ranked running back, and
Rats.
Kenneth Walker is the 17th. Now, obviously,
Yeah.
Walker missed some weeks. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed a couple weeks, but yeah.
Yeah, he missed a couple weeks, but I mean, yeah, Kyron would still probably be ranked ahead of him, but I think they could both be top 10 running backs for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I don't see a clear
just-
loser in that trade, honestly.
Okay.
I just don't understand
Difference
Rat's
of opinion.
thing of just trading him away the week.
Well,
before.
according to
I
him,
mean,
the value he was getting from McCaffrey, he liked, so that's why he did the trade. That's what he was saying last week. Because I brought up the why would you hold McCaffrey all season being injured and then trade him away before he even played one game from you? Like, why wouldn't you hold him for a week, see how he does? If he does really good, then you could trade him away for almost back to normal value for McCaffrey, instead of trading him on a little bit of a down value because he hasn't played yet and you don't know what to expect. And he said that he liked the value, and he's very high on Kenneth Walker, and he likes the Allen to Cooper combination. According to him, he's not worried about Cooper missing last week because he, I guess, already expected that. And going forward, he likes him. That's, I think, what he was saying. But maybe if he joins in a bit, he can give us more intro on that. But it
I
is
hope he misses
interesting.
another week.
Ernie's saying that he's already trying to get McCaffrey back, so maybe he's regretting doing that deal. Unless Ernie's just capping in line. But we'll
No,
see.
I'm not.
Moving
told
on to the
Marie
next
just
matchup that
to
Pusa had some hard words for yesterday. I'll let him share in a minute. Slaps and Zach get a deal done. Zach actually gets a trade done, shockingly. J.K. Dobbins and Jaden Reed go to Slaps, and he gives up the Sutton Hubbard combination that's been reviving his team the last few weeks. And that goes to Zach. I told Slaps yesterday in the party that I don't think this. I don't really think there's a clear winner or loser in this. I don't really see it moving the needle too much. Obviously, Hubbard and Sutton have been popping off, but JK's had a good, strong season. Jaden Reed has his games, but he also has his down games. I kind of look at this as Hubbard being a little bit better than Dobbins. But then I like Jaden Reed maybe a little bit more than Sutton, so I think it's pretty much even, doesn't really move the needle one way or the other for me, in my opinion. Slaps did make the point yesterday that he made this trade because the two guys he's getting no longer have buys, where the guys coming up for Zach have some buys coming up. So he needs to keep winning, obviously. If he's going to have any chance of playoffs, so he can't really afford players going on buys. So I do like that standpoint that he was looking at the buys for Slaps. Pusa, you had comments on this trade yesterday. Would you like to share them now?
Yeah, it's
what you gotta
I
say, little
personally
guy.
think that you
That
know,
you're
he
dog
got
shit and your team is
smoked.
bitch ass.
Who got smoked?
Yeah, Slaps got smoked.
Zach got smoked in this
Okay.
deal, I think.
Okay, buddy.
Okay,
All
why?
right. Okay, buddy.
I think
you're not a believer
his,
going forward in Sutton and Hubbard, even though they've been popping off the last
I think Hubbard is just a tad bit better than Dobbins.
Okay.
And then I think
Damn.
Reed blows Sutton out of the water.
Really? Okay.
You're just a fucking idiot then. You're an idiot.
All right.
Okay.
Zach,
Yeah.
you made
Stupid
this
midget.
trade. Would you like to explain your thought process on this?
Golfer, I agree with you. I believe this trade is, even.
Okay.
Pretty even, but I do believe the upside and the ceiling for the boys that I got is better than the boys
Okay.
I gave away.
All right. That's fair.
Hey, what is Sutton's first name, Zach?
Pusa, how tall are you?
Portland?
Quarterland.
We'll see what wrong first name Zach comes up with moving forward. I'm sure he'll figure out something since
I
you've been
rest my
calling him
case.
Jalen Reed all season, and now he's finally got rid of the
Golf
guy.
is a bum.
All right, and then the final trade of this past week, we saw Slaps active again with another one. This one a much smaller trade, though. Zombie desperately needed a quarterback after Prescott went on IR and is done for the year. And, of course, he gets his boy Justin Herbert from the Chargers and gives up Rico Dowdle, who, is a running back for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are just complete dog shit. But Dowdle has had a few decent games along the way. Some weeks he does okay, and then some weeks he does complete shit. Not a bad deal for Slaps. I think anytime you're giving up a quarterback for a starting running back, and even though Dowdle is kind of inconsistent and it is the Cowboys, he is a starting running back and he does get carries and does get workload. So anytime you get that for a quarterback that you don't really need, I like the deal. So I'll give Slaps a slight edge on this. Herbert, we know obviously it's the Chargers and it's Jim Harbaugh. They're always going to look to run the ball first. Herbert has played a little bit better recently with throwing the ball, so maybe, going forward towards the end of the year, Herbert can look better. But I just think the Chargers are just a run-first team, and unfortunately that hurts Herbert for fantasy. Anybody else want to make any comments on this?
I think Slaps is making some decent trades at this point in the season.
Okay, yeah.
I agree with you, he can't really afford, he has to win out, basically.
Yep.
So he can't really have these buys. So I think they're decent trades. He's getting good value.
The only problem with giving him all those compliments is that will go straight to his head, and now the trade addict he will keep trying to make more trades this week and end up making a couple bad ones.
Doesn't watch this.
I still think that if he never made the trades in the beginning of the season, he would be in a much better spot.
Yes,
because he would have had A.J. Brown back by like week 5 or whatever it was.
And Hurts. Didn't he have Hurts too?
Oh god.
Oh, here's Rat.
Interesting.
Let me finish talking, and then we'll let Rat talk.
That's about you,
I
Jake
think
Rat.
Slaps, he fucked up. He's kind of doing a lot better now. So I think he's making the right moves. And hopefully he's definitely going to avoid last place at this point.
Yep. Okay, I'd agree. I'd say his moves that he's made have definitely kept him from last place, which is good. That's what you need to do. You need to make moves to try to fight. You don't want to just settle for last place. I feel like when Matt 4 weeks into the season just announced that he was already on the beach and his team was ass, he kind of just gave up. I mean, he did make one trade for Henry, which is his boy. But then after that, I mean, how many weeks have we seen Matt with a quarterback of either Anthony Richardson or Justin Fields who's been benched? Like, he didn't ever try to improve anywhere else after getting Henry. He kind of just let Henry go, and then that was it. Where Slaps has continued to make more deals. What, Ernie?
I have a comment.
Okay, go ahead.
Slaps, if you're listening, buddy, don't listen to them. Keep trading away your team. Clearly working out. This is the last week, so go crazy.
Fake Rat.
Okay.
Fake Rat, you here, buddy?
Hello, Rat.
We heard
All right,
How was your day with your?
I have 2 questions for you, Rat. We were talking about the trades this past week, and obviously your 3-way was a big conversation. First question: we've had some mixed reviews on this trade with McCaffrey. You want to give your thoughts on this trade? I tried to summarize what you told me this past week, but you can give your thoughts yourself on why you made this trade to trade away McCaffrey before he even got you a single point this season.
Well, at this point, I was, if keeping him worked, I mean, that could work, but I think I got a top 5 running back for the rest of the year.
Okay.
And then I got a really good wide receiver that I can still trust in, and an obvious upgraded quarterback.
Can I say something?
Okay. Yes, Ernie?
Rat, since you're here,
Yes.
Can you just confirm or deny? That's all I need. Have you been trying to get CMC back?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that was going to be my second question.
But with,
Wait.
with
You
different
said
players
yeah?
Yes, with different players that I was talking about.
What do you mean? You keep
So
trying to
you
send me
saw
Amari
McCaffrey
Cooper for
1
Josh
week,
Allen.
and now you're trying to just trade right back for him.
Oh,
Doesn't that kind of
no,
just
but now
eliminate
it's
the
the same
whole
players.
point? What do you
No.
mean? Ernie said you were trying to give him Allen and Cooper.
No.
Oh. So
What?
And
Well,
Allen and
Well,
Smith.
who? Allen and Devontae Smith for McCaffrey?
Well, no. Not straight up. But, yeah, I think I still like Kenneth Walker, and I have James Conner, and I got Amari Cooper.
But yet you're trying to get McCaffrey back after you just traded him away.
I mean, I try to get a lot of players back. I've tried to get players back that I've traded before.
Shut up.
That it doesn't make much sense.
you just-
Yeah, maybe
You know-
like 5 weeks later, but not.
This sounds like
One-
Rat of the last.
It kind of
year.
sounds like a little bit of regret. If you're trying to trade right away back for him 1 week later.
Nah, I mean, I'll still make the playoffs with this trade, so I don't care.
This
Okay.
sounds like JV Rat the first year he came into fantasy.
Interesting. I don't know about that. I don't know how you can say. I don't know how you can just shrug it off of. Oh well, I'm just trying to give away other players to get McCaffrey back 1 week after the fact.
And then, can we ask Rat who the top 7 thing is?
Okay, yeah,
again?
we all gave our playoff predictions of who we think the 7 teams are. You don't have to
let me
put them in
look.
seeds. But
Alright, hold on.
who? Obviously, you said yourself.
Obviously, Pook.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me go to the just to make sure. I'm not gonna.
We're at the moment.
Long.
Pook, Cheese, Pusa,
give me-
Zach,
give me
Bill,
one sec.
Zombie, and me are all in at the moment.
It's gonna be Pook, Cheese, Pusa, Zach, Zombie, you, and me.
Wow. Okay. So
Wow.
Bill
There
and
you go.
Ernie.
I'm not making it?
Okay.
I think you and Zombie are gonna be close, but I
Fake
think
Rat's an idiot.
Zombie
Have you seen
thinks
my
I mean,
points for compared to
Zombie.
Zombie?
Yeah. He
Zombie
does have
has a
about 80.
favorable schedule. You need wins now, not points.
That is
Zombie
true.
Zombie plays Matt, and then he plays Pusa with a lot of people on bye, and then he plays.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I did try to tell Ernie this the other day when he was paunting his points for. It is very good to have a high points for, and you do have a high points for
Zombie,
by a ton of margin over a lot of people.
Zombie plays
The thing
Slack
is, though,
and
you're a
Matt.
game behind us, so if you don't
Yeah.
start winning, your points for is meaningless. So you have
Can I
to
talk
start.
about my matchup? I think I got
Your
Did
matchup
you guys
last
talk
week or
about
this
matchups?
week? We
Yeah,
haven't
with
talked
Zombie.
about. Yeah, we talked about last
No.
week. Go ahead.
My buddy saved me from losing to Slaps. I thought my season was over,
Oh.
but the fact I was able to beat Zombie out keeps my dream alive. fact that
Okay.
he lost to
Yeah,
me.
the fact that Zombie's team is falling off the
I
tank.
started at Robert Woods and stuff.
Yeah,
Have
But
we
you're
even
saying
moved on
Zombie's team is
to
falling off,
next
but
week's predictions
we're
yet,
about
Golfer? We're
to.
gonna be here all fucking night.
We are about
buddy.
to right now. Relax, Zach.
Jesus Christ.
Buddy, there's a lot to talk about this week. It was a big week. Relax.
But
You
I
got
think
somewhere to
wins are
be?
important at this
2 hours
point,
show.
so that's
It's
all.
not,
Trying
it,
to play
hasn't
some
even,
COD.
it hasn't even been an hour yet. Calm down.
I'm trying to get dicked on and more COD.
Okay, well that will be there for you,
Oh,
buddy.
are we
Relax.
doing this shit again?
All
You
right,
already
moving
get
on.
dicked on every day. You take Ernie's cock up your ass.
Shut up, pussy. You're fucking 2 feet tall, you fucking midget
All right,
bitch. You
keep going.
All right, moving
Ash.
on to week 11 matchups. Then we start at the top with my matchup versus Tyler. Obviously, big standing implication here. If Tyler could get a win against me, that helps him get closer to that playoff spot. If I get a win, then obviously that helps me get closer to securing a playoff spot. At the moment, Sleeper projects me to win 121 to 113. Obviously, there are some question marks on both sides. I have Purdy going against Seattle, James Cook against Kansas City in that huge Bills versus Chiefs game. Chase Brown on Sunday night against the Chargers. Obviously, the Chargers are a decent defense. Hopefully, Brown can keep getting the the workload that he's been getting. CeeDee Lamb on Monday night against Houston. Obviously, who knows what's going to happen with CeeDee moving forward with their quarterback issues. Hopefully, he can keep getting 10 targets at least in the game. Garrett Wilson against the Colts on Sunday. Surely the Jets offense has to be a little better than last week against the Colts this week. Kincaid questionable against the Chiefs in that big game. If he doesn't play, then I will be going with Dawson Knox, the backup for the Bills instead. And then Kareem Hunt against Buffalo. So I have that Chiefs-Bills game. Obviously, I have a lot of players in that. Debo against Seattle as well, and Boswell against Baltimore in that big Steelers-Baltimore game. On Tyler's side, he's going with Geno Smith this week against the 49ers at 49ers. 49ers are in win mode at the moment because they are fighting for a playoff spot. Hopefully their defense can pick off Geno Smith a few times. Mixon on Monday night, so we both have a Monday night player against Dallas. Obviously, that's very good for Mixon. He's been looking great this season, and Dallas's defense is kind of a mess. Obviously, the $77 man, Audric Estime against Atlanta. St. Brown against Jacksonville, Puka Nacua against the Patriots. Both those should be very good for his wide receivers. Ingram against Detroit, JSN against Green Bay, and Ruano Odunze against the Packers, and Bucker against the Bills. Obviously, I'm going to predict myself to win. I think it will be closer than earlier in the season. If I played Tyler earlier in the season, I would have liked my chances a lot more. His team is trending upward a little bit. But I don't know about Estime. I don't know about Odunze with that Bears offense. Hopefully the Seattle offense gets shut down by the 49ers. And then hopefully I win. But I think it will be closer. I'm not going to take the win for granted. It's going to be tight. Cheese, who's winning?
I think you'll
Shut
pull it out barely.
Okay.
Tyler unfortunately is on bye this week for his good players.
Not all of
you're
them,
right.
but he does
But,
have
like,
some buys
some
with
solid, some pretty solid
Tracy
players.
and Harrison.
Marvin Harrison. I think your team's all right. Although Fatty is looking more like sickly cancer patient D lately, so it's not great.
Yeah, he's only been getting me double digits, like 12 points, but maybe
But
he's
I
due for a
think-
big game.
I think you pulled out like a 115 to like 110
All
for the
right,
matchup.
all right. Rat.
I think you're gonna win. I think Tyler's gonna struggle with Geno, and then I don't like Ingram and Odunze this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pusa.
I would like to first revise my playoffs. I just
Okay.
took a more in-depth look at everybody's schedule and roster. Can I
Okay.
do that real quickly?
Yes,
If you
go ahead.
quick about it.
I'm going to
Yes.
put Puka's going to make the playoffs. Puss is going to make the playoffs. Cheese is going to make the playoffs. Zach is going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
Zombie's going to make the playoffs. Golfer's going to make
whoa.
the playoffs.
So
Okay.
nothing's changing.
And Bill is going to make the playoffs over
think?
Ernie and
Wow, that's toxic.
Wow.
Lol.
well, Tyler, you had Tyler.
Next
before.
person. We don't care
Ian
what Puss
Tyler,
has to say.
So does that
Next
mean I'm
person?
winning this
Yeah.
week against Tyler, or what? Or what?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay,
if you looked at the schedule, you would know. If I lose this week to Tyler, then I'm
No,
probably
I
not
think you
making the
lose. I think you lose.
playoffs. Well, then
I think you're
don't
gonna
know.
lose.
Well, then I don't know how you have me in the playoffs because I got to play Cheese and Rat then after this. So
Well, you can beat
Yeah.
Rat.
I don't know. Rat's team's gonna have Nico back by then. So
Oh, Timber v Timbers.
okay, so you're predicting me to lose this week, but yet I still make the playoffs. Interesting.
Yes.
Alrighty, Zach.
Who's playing?
Oh my God, me versus Tyler.
Golfer.
Okay, Ernie.
Just like my matchup last week against Slaps, you're losing by 20 to Tyler.
We lost by 30, so get it
Oh, you're
right.
losing by 30 then.
Okay, thank you.
Hot take. Bucker outscores CD. Trade him now.
Okay.
Ooh.
I will only be trading him if we get that offer done that I've tried to trade this
Nope.
week him on.
Nope.
But, talk to Zach.
Zach
All
said
right.
he would give you.
I love how Ernie wants CD this past week, yet he's shitting on him. Interesting coincidence. All right, moving on to the next matchup. We see Rat in a big battle with Pusa. So, can Rat sneak out a dub? That would be a huge one against Pusa, who looks all but in the playoffs, but it ain't official yet. Rat at the moment projected to win by sleeper 124 to 114. Pusa does have some bye issues, which is why he's looking a little rough this week to win. Rat has Josh Allen against Kansas City in that big game. Brian Robinson on Thursday night, so he's not questionable anymore, so he must be good to go against the Eagles. There is so many huge. Can we talk a second? This is a great week for NFL football. Bills, Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens. We get a Thursday night game to start it off with Eagles and Washington. Just a bunch of great matchups. I mean, even 49ers Seattle should be pretty good for their division. It's just a bunch of great matchups this week for football. Kenneth Walker, newly acquired for Rat. Obviously, Rat's saying going to be top 10 running back for the rest of the season, or top 5 against 49ers this week. Big game for him to show up. Nico Collins on Monday night against Dallas. Welcome back, Nico, assuming he plays. Great matchup against Dallas. Thursday night, again, another player, Devontae Smith. So Rat's going to need a good start on Thursday night with two players, running back and wide receiver. Brock Bowers against Miami. T. Higgins, we'll see what's going on with him. He plays Sunday nights, so hopefully Rat has some indication on what's going to happen with him by then. And Amari Cooper as well. Question mark against that big game against Kansas City. I'll be shocked if he doesn't play, though, because they'll need him against Kansas City. And then the Rams kicker. On Pusa's side, Hurts on that Thursday night. So that Thursday night matchup for this one's going to be big. Spears against Minnesota and Pollard against Minnesota. So he's running the two Tennessee Titan running backs. Oh boy. Devontae Adams against the Colts. Waddle against the Raiders. Tucker Kraft against Chicago. Obviously, Jamar Chase, $55 man on Sunday night against the Chargers. I will make a guarantee he does not get 55 this week. The Chargers defense is pretty solid.
Spa, he gets 56.
Yeah, okay. I'll say he'll get around 17 to 20. A.J. Brown on Thursday night against Washington. So they both got two Thursday night big-time players. And Fairbairn on Monday night. Obviously, I have to pick Rat this week with the duo Titans running backs. Adams, Waddle. I don't really like either of them this week. So that's about 4 players on Pusa's lineup that I'm not too sure about for this week. Where on Rat's side, he's a little bit fully healthy with Nico coming back. Higgins should be back. Bowers is off bye. If Cooper's back, this is almost like a full strength lineup for Rat, basically, except for Connor being on bye. So I'm going to take Rat in this one, and I think it will be like about a 20-point win margin this week.
Can I go next?
Yes, go ahead.
Who's playing?
It's Pusa and Rat.
Pusa's gonna get ass blasted. He's gonna get absolutely fucked. Fake Rat's gonna kill him.
Okay.
And Pusa might rage quit. And also, I would like to say, if Pusa tries to talk shit on me, I will be right back. I gotta go pee, so I will respond to that after.
Okay, Mailman.
All right. Cheese. Who's winning this matchup?
I think Rat's gonna take it, but I think it's gonna be closer
Okay.
than it looks.
Surprise, surprise. I don't know if Cheese has ever picked me.
Well, Pusa, for the bets, I need you to lose for our bet, so relax.
Yeah.
I just don't like. I don't like having both of the Titans boys.
Yeah.
So-
I
so-
mean,
so-
to
so
be
let me
fair
get
to
this straight.
Pusa, I don't think
bye
he
week.
likes it.
It is a bye week.
Johnson?
No, it's a bye week. I get it, but I'm just saying it's still not great. And isn't the
Pusa, you
Minnesota
can't get
defense,
mad
like,
at us for
decent?
picking against you when you have 2 Tennessee running backs. We're not saying it's your fault. It's just you have
No.
bye, but Rat's team
Look,
just
look.
looks better on paper.
Also,
for us.
I know Devontae Adams is kind of mid. Not mid. Like Aaron Rodgers just sucks. It's not Devontae Adams' fault.
Yeah, Rodgers
Waddle
is
hasn't been doing much. I mean, I really like Chase and AJ Brown for sure, but I just think Rat's team is pretty more solid this week.
Okay.
Although I'm not loving. I don't know. Like T Higgins and Cooper, I think they'll play. I don't know how much they'll play. You know what I mean? Might be more limited.
T. Higgins is not playing.
I mean, if he does play, I'm saying it might be like limit. You know what I mean? It might be only a couple
Okay.
snaps.
And so if T. Higgins doesn't play, who is he starting?
He has Dobbs. Whatever you call him.
But he said dupes.
Warren is all right. He's okay-ish.
Warren.
We'll put Goddard in. Goddard's on the bench.
I mean, he
I
wouldn't
would
be able
start
to do that.
Dobbs.
He plays Thursday.
I would start Dobbs.
Start
Wait, you're really
fucking
gonna bench
Dobbs.
Goddard? Really? I would start Goddard.
He
Yeah,
can't, he plays
I
Thursday.
can't. No, by Friday.
Yeah.
I think T. Higgins plays. He stopped practicing
Look,
for 2
either
straight
way,
weeks,
I
and now
think-
he's limited.
I think
He'll be
Rat
back.
caught Pusa in a bye week, so it's just
Okay.
unfortunate for Pusa.
All right. Ernie, who's winning this matchup?
Fuck. Who I want to win, or who's gonna win, and who I need to win? 'Cause
You
at
can
the end
get
of the day,
both. You can say both.
at the end of the day, my bet with Pusa looks to be fucked, so I will be owing him $100.
Is that only regular season?
I don't know.
No, that
think
is every bet I
Um,
have is playoffs.
Included?
Playoffs
Oh.
included, so I need to make
Okay, so you have
playoffs.
a chance. Still.
I still need Pusa to win, so I have a chance. That 5-5 team.
Yep.
Pusa, like I said, is making the playoffs, so if he keeps winning, that's fine for me.
Yep.
Nico might not play again this Sunday. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Monday.
I hope he doesn't play.
Yeah.
And then I hope Kansas City does what they do best and shut down Josh Allen. Let's go, Pusa.
Okay. So you want Pusa win and you think he's gonna win.
I hope he wins.
Okay. I don't. Alrighty. Rat. Who's winning? You or Pusa?
Easily me.
Oh,
um,
easily. Okay. I like that.
Sounds like a wager.
I'm starting to notice, but I already have a wager with Pusa also.
Yeah.
I'm starting to
this week?
notice that Pusa's team's kind of exposed over here. I mean, Spears and
Hold
Pollard.
on, wait. He scored 170 last
Hold
time.
on. I'm not done. Let me finish.
Okay.
Spears and Pollard. Obviously, that sucks having, but his bye week is Rashad White. Who I don't think's any better. Much better. He'll fall
Okay.
off the cliff.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Wait.
know
You don't
about
think
that.
Now you're
Rashad
fucking
White
retarded.
is
Now
much
you're fucking
better
retarded.
than Spears?
Hold on. Devontae Adams is going to fall off a cliff. Waddle sucks.
Yeah,
And his team is basically Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, and Jalen Hurts. And I'm not afraid of that.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm not going
I'm-
to totally agree with you on that statement, but I can
I'm
see
not
where you're coming because I did make a comment this past week that Pusa
I'm not
raged
afraid of-
about, where I said if you looked at the rest of your team last week, Pusa, it didn't do that great. It's just you had Jamar Chase score 55, which is why you
And the
scored
Eagles
so many.
stack.
And Hurts.
Waddle had 7 points in the first minute of the game. He ended with 8. I'm not afraid of Waddle. The Dolphins are questionable sometimes. But yeah, I'm not afraid of this team.
All right, very strong
It's
words.
falling off the cliff.
I always like the bold predictions by Rat. I will give him credit for that. All right,
Falling off the
Pusa,
cliff.
explain to me how you're gonna win this week against Rat, despite the 2 Titans running backs.
I'm gonna score. I mean, Hurts is gonna have a fucking hell of a game if they're gonna beat Washington.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna win by 10 points. I think.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Spears and Pollard are gonna put in a decent performance,
Okay.
and then Adams is gonna be back to where he was. Everybody needs to relax on that.
Where was he?
Aaron Rodgers looks like me out there in the field, buddy.
Wait, when you
Shove
say
it
he's
up
going to be
your
back
ass,
to where he
please.
was, are you talking about the one game where he had like 20 with the Jets? Because other than that, he's done shit. So what is where he was?
I'm not worried. I'm winning by 10 this week,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shove a fucking bar of soap up fucking rat's ass.
Oh my god. Whoa,
Oh.
don't drop the soap. Remember that, Pusa. All right, so you real quickly, and then we'll move on. You both have 2 Thursday night players, assuming Rat doesn't play Goddard.
Yes.
So how many points do you want to be up by after Thursday night, or else you're worried? Starting with Rat, because I'm assuming you both are going to expect to be up after Thursday night.
He thinks he's gonna be up.
I mean, Brian Robinson's a good player if he gets on the goal line, and he's got Smith, who he loves. So I understand
He's
you have
high if he
Hurts
thinks he's gonna be
and
winning.
Brown, but
If I, like Ernie said earlier, do I want to say, if I want to say how much I want to be up, like realistically 5 to 10, but I think
Okay.
I'm going to be down around 5 to 10.
okay.
He's
So
high.
if you're down
He's
5 to
fucking high.
10, you're happy. If you're up 5 to 10, you're
I
ecstatic.
think
Okay.
I think there's games that they don't use Devontae Smith in, but I think they use him tomorrow.
Okay.
Night.
I think if Rat is
More
winning
than
by
AJ
any
Brown.
amount, he's happy.
Okay. Pusa, what do you expect to be up by after tomorrow night?
You say like
I think honestly, I think Hurts is gonna score like 20, 22, 25.
Okay.
I think Brown's gonna put like 16 to 20.
Okay, so that's
So then
about
I think
40.
Robinson's not gonna. Dude, Eckler scored like 2 touchdowns last week. Like they're
Yeah,
not
but
just
Robinson
gonna
was
put Brian.
out.
Yeah,
Robinson's
but they're
been
not-
the
Wait a
guy,
second.
right?
Wait a second. We're on my matchup?
No,
No.
we're not.
We're just gonna sit Eckler and Smith put up like almost a fucking donut
Let's
last
ask the
week.
commies fan.
Okay, so can you answer the question? So you're expecting to be up by
I'll
40.
be up 20 points, 30 points
Okay.
after tomorrow.
All right, thank
Oh
you.
my god, we're still
Final-
I don't know about
We
that.
finally got there. All right, thank you, Pusa. All right,
I
moving.
went to pee and have a wink, and we're
Move-
still on Pusa's matchup.
We're moving to the
fucking-
next one. Moving on
Holy shit.
to the next matchup. This is a battle of 2 teams kind of reeling. One's 2-8, the other's 5-5 with still playoff hopes.
Whoa.
So if Zombie cannot win this week against Matt, he might be cooked. This is a must-win for Zombie
Ooh.
if he wants to get into the playoffs against a winnable
What a
team of
matchup.
Matt's team. Right now, Sleeper agrees. 117 for Zombie to only 97 for Matt. Does he have a full lineup?
Ooh,
He
Shit,
does.
oh God, that just
Jesus
shows the state
Christ.
of Matt's team. He's got Anthony Richardson, who's now flip-flopping fag Colts. He's out, he's in, he's out, he's in.
Whoa,
He's
golfer.
back in as the Colts starter. They can't make up their mind. You know, there's a saying, when you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. And the Colts seem to be going back and forth between 2 quarterbacks, and they don't have any because they're both ass. Derrick Henry against Pittsburgh, obviously big-time player for him. Swift against Green Bay and Moore against Green Bay. I think Green Bay is going to demolish the Bears. The Bears are trending way down, and the Packers are fighting for division and playoffs hopes. Addison against Tennessee. Mark Andrews against Pittsburgh as well. Etienne against Detroit. Good luck with Detroit against the running, and Etienne just being a
Well,
bust.
Mixon looked all right. Mixon looked okay.
Mixon is playing on a whole different level than Etienne this year. I don't think you can
I'm
compare
just saying,
the
it's
two.
not like they're. You know.
I don't think you can compare the two.
No, you can't. But I'm just saying.
Quentin Johnson on Sunday night against Cincinnati and McPherson against the Chargers. On Zombie's side, Justin Herbert against Cincinnati on that Sunday night game. I'm sure he's hoping it's a shootout, but we all know Chargers love to run the ball. Brees Hall against the Colts. God, if he can't get some good points this week, then he ain't ever. Aaron Jones against Tennessee. London against Denver. Obviously, the secondary for Denver is decent. Noah Brown on Thursday night. Good luck.
Jesus.
Njoku against the Saints. Cooper Kupp against New England should be decent. Brian Thomas against Detroit. If he plays, he's questionable. And Dicker on Sunday night against Cincinnati. I think this is going to be the lowest scoring matchup of the week. I don't think Zombie gets 117. I don't know where Sleeper's getting that from. I think it's more like a 105 to like 80 matchup, but Zombie gets the win. And it's a lucky one. It's, as Zombie would say, Mickey Mouse, because it's Matt that he's facing. But I don't think he has a problem beating Matt. I'd be shocked if Zombie loses. just because I don't think Matt's team's going to put up much of a
Can I
fight.
go?
Go ahead, Rat.
Can you go to Matt's bench really quick? Just
Oh my
check his
God,
bench.
here we go.
Yeah.
He has
Got
Justin
Coleman.
Fields. He has 75 fab in Justin Fields, and this guy says he's active. The guy hasn't started in 4 weeks. You haven't used your fab for any other players, and you have a shitty ass team. What are we doing here?
I mean,
Why
we
is he playing
did,
fantasy?
before you joined, we did say
Like-
Pusa did go on a similar line to Matt, or to what you said about Matt
I mean, what
saying
is
he's
his
active.
bench?
Yeah, I don't understand keeping Justin Fields. He definitely.
I mean-
there's not many options at quarterback, but the whole thing I said earlier about Matt was he did make a trade earlier in the year to try to turn things around. It didn't really work that much. My thing with Matt is, if you've noticed, he doesn't really use the waiver wire. He picks up players towards the end of the week. I can't remember the last time I seen him actually like put bids in and try to win players. It seems like he just waits till the end of the week and then tries to pick up whatever else is left. And I don't know if that
Well,
really works.
this is atrocious, but
Yep.
yeah, Zombie wins by like 50.
Okay.
Matt's
Cheese.
team is garbage.
I would be, said this last week with the Pook matchup, I would be shocked if Zombie loses.
Yep.
And
Big
I
with your
do
chest.
agree. I do agree. It's a must win. If he loses here,
Yep.
he'll be at 5 wins with not like his points for is like nothing special, so it would be a lot tougher.
Mhm.
So I mean, also yeah, I agree. Bill's gone through like 30 quarterbacks. How Matt can't find someone else is beyond me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, Zombie got like Herbert for like free basically, and he'll do fine this week.
Yeah. He's kept Fields and Richardson and picked up Kirk Cousins a couple weeks ago. But if you remember, he got Kirk Cousins. He did get Kirk Cousins on waivers, but there was some other quarterbacks that week. Like Stafford was available that week that he didn't even bid on, and Stafford
You
had
could have had Russ.
18
You
that
could
week.
have had Russ.
Yep. I don't know. That's a question only Matt can answer. Let's see here. Pusa, who's winning this matchup? Pusa
He's
here?
going to have to sniff a shit ton of cocaine to imagine himself winning this game.
So we're accusing Matt of doing cocaine. Is that what?
That
we're
was
doing?
funny, Pusa. That was
Holy
funny.
shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Zombie's going to beat the shit out of
His
him.
parlays will hit.
Okay. Yeah, at least his parlays will hit this week.
Brees Hall 2
Jesus
touchdowns will
Christ.
hit.
Okay.
Yeah, if his
Zach.
parlays will hit, you can go buy more below.
My turn?
Wow. Yep.
Okay. Pusa, I have a question for you, buddy. The you know answer. Have you ever sniffed cocaine before?
No.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Who's playing?
Hand on the Bible.
Matt and Zombie.
Who's playing?
Matt and Zombie.
Ooh. So who I want to win, that would be Matt.
Okay.
Who I will win. That would be a tie, unfortunately.
I mean, a tie would be bad for Zombie, so he needs
Ooh.
to win this week. So,
Better.
all right.
Get a tie.
And Ernie.
Tie
If you
is
ever-
my prediction.
Zach, if you ever hit a tie,
I mean,
will
he's
you
tried
be-
50 billion times. One of these times, he eventually will.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. It's
No,
coming
I
one
will
day.
pay.
baby.
I will pay for you to have a night out.
What is
Ooh.
that even?
Huh?
What?
Ooh.
What is that?
$200
All right, Zach, go have the biggest
I'll
night
buy you
out in your
bottles,
life. Poos is paying for it all.
I'll pay.
This
I'll buy
is
you
a tie,
bottle.
buddy.
It's
Let's
on the
go.
record. It's on the record. Pusa will pay for your whole night out one night if you predict a tie and it
I'll go
hits.
crazy.
All right, Ernie, who's winning this week?
I hope Matt wins.
Yeah.
I need him. Another 5-5 team. I need Matt to. Matt, get your shit together, buddy. It's Messi versus Ronaldo. I don't know what I need to lock the fuck in.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see.
Don't say it like
We'll
that.
see if he
You'll
can
fucking
figure
lose.
out something for this week. Moving on to the next matchup, good matchup here. Cheese versus Zach. Battle of 6 and 4s. So the loser of this kind of creeps down to maybe not getting in the playoffs. It'll be a battle. The winner almost locks himself up a playoff spot. So it's a huge one. Right now, Cheese projected to win 125 to 116 according to Sleeper. He has Zach's boy, Jaden Daniels, on Thursday Night Football tomorrow night to get him started. So we'll see if Zach roots against his boy for
He's
Washington.
going to score 50.
Oh, okay. The Lions boys against Jacksonville. The only worry Cheese has to worry about in this is that the Lions get up so big that they bench the starters in the second half. Because Jacksonville is horrible, and the Lions are going to run all over them. Metcalf against the 49ers. Back off bye now, maybe fully healthy. Could be a big game from him. We'll see. Zay Flowers, after his bad game last week against the division huge rival Pittsburgh, he's going to need to have a good game if they're going to win the game. Kittle, we'll see if he plays against Seattle.
He plays every week.
Okay. Well, he didn't practice today, but I know it's only Wednesday, so we'll see. Achane against the Raiders. Should be very good. I'm expecting a bounce back better game from Achane after the 10-point game this past week. Mooney against Denver. We'll see. Maybe he has a little less of a good game. He's been getting like 17 almost every week, so maybe he gets a little less this week. And then Cheese with his 15th different kicker on the year.
Okay.
Jay Romo for
I
Minnesota.
will be picking up. I got baited. I saw they put Zane Gonzalez back in the practice squad, but then they said that Cyber was hurt again. So I will be picking him back up because I put him
All
on
right,
waivers.
so we're going to kicker number 16 move.
No, I will be picking up Zane Gonzalez again.
Well, yeah, but that's changing because you already dropped him.
Well, it's just a backup. It's just a
somebody
backup.
steals
I used him
him.
last week, so
Okay.
it's just a backup to the Washington kicker.
Okay. And then on Zach's side, Lemar against Pittsburgh in that big divisional game. Jonathan Taylor against the Jets. Nick Chubb against the Saints. Tyreek Hill after his touchdown last week. We'll see if he can get going. Raiders, good matchup to finally get a big Tyreek Hill game maybe. Sutton against Atlanta. Travis Kelce, who is back in a huge game against Buffalo. I expect another monster game for Kelce involvement. Jerry Jeudy in there against the Saints. Okay. Someone on bye? Oh, Chuba Hubbard's on bye in the trade you made.
And Wandale.
And Wandale on bye. But no Jameson Williams against Jacksonville. You're going with Jeudy, huh? Interesting.
He's an addict.
Eckler on Thursday night against Philly. I mean, Eckler's been balling the last few weeks, but Brian Robinson coming back now. Maybe that eats some of Eckler's
dog shit.
workload. I don't know. And Tucker against Pittsburgh. I'm taking Cheese in this one. I think the bottom half of the lineups, I think Cheese
Wow!
will have bigger points. I'm sorry, Zach, but I'm not a believer in Jerry Jeudy, and I don't think Eckler gets 18. I think he gets like 8 or 9 this week. I think you should put in Jameson Williams against Jacksonville over Jerry Jeudy. That's just my opinion. Although I think the top half of the lineups are both very strong, and I think they'll both do good. I could see Tyreek Hill having like a 25-plus point game this week, but I don't think it will quite be enough, as I think
Go
Cheese
fuck
will
yourself.
pull it out in a higher scoring matchup, like 130 to 125.
Fuck you.
Oh, we know Cheese pulls
Rat.
Um,
Cheese didn't even put in to start. What do you mean?
I don't like.
Rat?
I don't like Zach's team this week.
Oh,
Um,
Go fuck
I think
yourself.
the
Nick.
trade he made hurts him this week.
well, yeah, because they're on buys, which is why Slaps made it.
Well,
'cause
yeah.
He couldn't afford the buys. But
I
Rat,
mean, I
Zach can
think he
afford.
could have just kept J.K. all the way and Jaden Reed, but Cheese wins about by 50.
50? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Zach's team is pretty horrible this
Okay.
week.
Wow.
I almost got canceled on YouTube.
I mean, I
almost got canceled on
did the
YouTube.
last thing of the week.
Oh my god, wow. Okay, I don't think Zach seems that bad.
Look, tomorrow night we're gonna
Two
see
guys
the Eagles
on
win
bye.
like 40 to 14, and Zach,
40 to 14. Why don't you
that's
bet
what
him then, bitch? Bet him.
Bet me, bitch.
You said, oh, I only want to bet on the 2 games combined record.
little fucking bitch.
Jesus.
Sounds like a $500
And yet
wager
you're
to me.
predicting a 30-point win, yet you won't bet Zach?
Oh, Ernie, you're an Eagles fan. and
That's
you
like
won't bet.
trading away
Fuck
McCaffrey and then
you,
wanting him
Snake
back the very
Fuck
next week.
you.
Flopper.
Fuck you.
Jesus.
Oh, we're talking about that. I thought you were talking
All
about
right.
the matchup.
Pusa, who's winning this matchup?
Fuck you, Vagrant.
My boy Zach is going to win this matchup
Oh.
because
Ooh.
Nick Chubb is going to have 3 touchdowns and 300 yards.
Oh.
Oh, and he is gonna just shit all over Cheese.
Wow. Okay.
He's just gonna put
Oh
Cheese
my-
right back into the darkness from last week, and he might hang himself.
My God. Oh,
Oh.
that would be great.
Okay. Ernie,
Interesting.
What?
who's winning this matchup?
It's gonna be a fucking shootout. 140 to 130 something.
Wow. Okay, and who's coming out on the
And
winning end?
Cheese will be on a 3-game losing
Oh,
streak.
and then we'll hear him complain about how he always
And he's
faces
gonna
somebody
lose
that
fucking
scores
mind on
140
Sunday.
points.
I
Okay.
could have beat everybody else in the league, but I
Yeah,
got screwed.
I'll have to hear him complain.
That's funny.
All right, Zach, are you taking down Cheese and locking up a playoff spot, or?
I sure am, buddy.
Okay.
This game, GG.
All right, wow.
GG.
All right, Cheese. Some support for Zach, no surprise.
I mean, I like my team this week.
Your team's
I don't
garbage.
know. I don't know if I put Shakira Mooney in. I'll have to decide because Denver
Oh,
is a
we
tough
got a
defense.
decision.
He's already doubting
Oh
himself.
boy.
Yep, he doesn't even know what he's
I'm hoping
doing.
Surtain can cover London.
You suck.
Zach's team saw, but this week the bye's not helping, and then obviously
Okay,
Brian
buddy.
Robinson coming back kind of nukes Eckler's value,
You dog shit.
and Chubb's not really like elite.
Chubb's not really what? Little bitch.
I think the big issue just could be Lamar, so Zay Flowers points get Lamar points.
Fuck you.
Derrick
He ain't
Henry,
passing-
3
he
touchdowns,
ain't
he's running
passing
them
That
in.
could,
no
be,
Zay
yeah, that could be
Flowers.
an issue if like Lamar just gives the ball to Derrick Henry all the time.
He ain't passing
But
no
I
Zay
think I'll still
Flowers.
pull it out and get back on the
Okay.
winning.
All
Fuck
right.
you.
Back.
Oh,
Interesting.
where now you pull it out?
All right, moving
He doesn't have the
on
opportunity to pull out.
to the next matchup. We have Bill, who's been on a struggle bus lately, versus Ernie, who desperately needs a win. So good week for Ernie potentially. If he loses
It
this
was
one,
on a
though,
fire
he's kind of in the same boat as Zombie this week. If you think about it, he should win.
But
if he doesn't win, he's in trouble.
Negativity on me.
That's not activity. It's just a
Don't
fact.
don't
It's a
compare
fact.
me to
You
that
are a
guy.
heavy favorite, just like Zombie is this week.
Why
if
do you
you
say heavy
don't-
people like that, buddy?
Because you are 124 to 100 according to Sleeper. That's like what Zombie is, 117 to like 90.
I'm like a fucking
If you don't win, you're in deep trouble. You'll be 4-7. So this.
I mean, you're in
what?
the same boat too.
Are
bitch.
you? I'm not 4-6. I'm not. That's not.
So you're
the
saying you
case.
can afford to lose?
No, I can't afford to
Oh,
lose.
man.
I should beat Tyler.
Then
But
you're
Tyler's
pretty
team's on a more upward trend than Bill's team is at the moment, or Matt's team. Anyways, Ernie has Patrick Mahomes against Buffalo. Obviously, Saquon Barkley tomorrow night to get him started against that Washington. Huge fantasy game tomorrow night. Kamara against Cleveland should be pretty decent. Ridley, who's been either having a 20-plus point game or a single-digit game. We'll see which one it is this week against Minnesota. Lad McConkey on Sunday night against the Bengals. That could be a sneaky good game. Maybe McConkey can have a nice one after his single-point game last week. Pitts against Denver. Obviously, the man CMC against Seattle should be very good. I expect a 20-plus point game from him. Lockett as well against the 49ers, and Aubrey against on Monday night. So maybe it comes down to Monday night. Ernie doesn't want to hear that because Monday night has not been very good to him this year, but maybe it does. On the Bills side, as we said, one of those quarterbacks Matt could have went after, Russell Wilson. Bill gets him against Baltimore. Kyron Williams against New England, assuming he doesn't trade him before now. Should be a decent matchup for Kyron. Madison against Miami. Cedric Tillman against the Saints. Elijah Moore against it. He really has to go with two Cleveland wide receivers? Doesn't have anybody else? He's got Xavier Worthy. I'd rather take my chances with Worthy getting a huge play than two Browns wide receivers. Ugh. Taysom Hill against Cleveland. Tank Dell on Monday night against Dallas, so maybe it does somehow come down to Monday night and Dell versus Aubrey. That's what Bill should hope for. Jacoby Myers after his nice game against Miami. Bates against Jacksonville. On Ernie's... Oh, we already talked about Ernie's side.
Fucking guy.
I really would love to see Bill win this somehow. I don't know how. I really hope Bill changes and either puts Gervonta or
Damn, you're a
Worthy
fucking
in.
hater.
Buddy, you hate on me every single week hoping I lose.
No, I
don't
don't.
act all victim card because I didn't pick you. I am picking you though because I think you're gonna win.
Don't pick me.
But I hope Bill somehow wins. But GG Ernie, you won this week.
Fuck you.
Cheese. Who's winning? It's Cheese here. Earth the cheese.
Call him Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe.
Oh boy. Cheese going once. All right, Rat, who's winning?
Sadly, Bill is not winning a fantasy game again this year.
Whoa. He's going 0 for 4
Ernie.
the rest of the way? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ernie by 60.
60. Wow. Okay.
I'm back.
Jeez, who's winning between Bill and Ernie?
Jesus.
Look at Ernie's gonna win. Bill,
Okay.
I commend him for getting this far. It's just his whole team died. Although I do like Tillman. Tillman's been popping off. So
I like
that
Tillman
guy.
too, but I don't like Elijah
I
Moore.
just think Ernie's team's like the running backs are gonna carry him.
Put in Worthy.
Although I'm not sure about Lockett this week, but I think Ernie will have a comfortable win.
Okay. Pusa.
Bill's team is just a fucking travesty.
Mm-hmm.
A fucking travesty.
Didn't you revise him and put him in the playoffs though?
I did.
Okay.
There's the last scene.
Okay.
I mean, he's got a 2 games, lead on Ernie.
Yeah,
So-
could be down to frickin' 1 this week.
Yeah. Ernie's gonna beat the fuck out of Bill.
All right, so it'll be down to 1. Okay.
Yeah. Bill might lose a kid. That's how bad Ernie's gonna be.
Wow. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Did I?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah,
Ernie's-
is it my turn?
Ernie's
Jesus.
got plenty of kids.
We
He
know who
could
you're
give him
picking,
one.
Zach.
if he
There's
does.
no
Holy
surprise.
fuck.
All right, Zach, go ahead.
We know who Zach's
Yeah.
picking. I can do it myself.
A lot of people are predicting this to be an absolute blowout.
Yes.
I disagree there. I think it's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be, it's going to come down to the last couple of players. But timeout. Has anybody picked Bill to win?
No.
Am I the last person to pick?
Besides Ernie.
Yes. Oh well, yeah.
Ernie, are you picking yourself?
Oh
He's
my
probably
God,
going to do
that
the
pick's high, buddy.
GG1 approach to Bill and pick Bill.
I
You're bitching about how long it's
will-
taking, yet you're taking forever to give a pick here.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If everyone else is picking Ernie to win, then but if Ernie picks himself to win and he doesn't do the GG, then I pick my boy Ernie.
Okay, I'm confused, but all right. Ernie, who's winning?
This is gonna be a tie.
A tie.
tie.
Well,
Then
that's
then I pick
respectable,
my
Ernie.
boy Ernie.
I
My
like
boy Ernie.
I like that you picked a tie rather than just saying Bill won, because you know Bill's not winning. So I like the tie. All right. All right, and then the final matchup of the week. This one has potential to be sneaky interesting.
Put
Slaps
this asshole to bed.
on a high train right now, a high streak, feeling much better about himself. But Pook at top of the leaderboard, 7-3, who's been rolling along.
He's dog shit.
Who's getting this one? According to Sleeper, Pook 115 to 111. Pook has Goff this week against Jacksonville. Good matchup. He's going with Goff. I like that over Williams and Darnold. Bijan Robinson against Denver. Obviously, Bijan's been popping lately. Jacobs against Chicago. Jefferson after his bad game against Tennessee. That's ripe for a huge game with Tennessee. Scary Terry tomorrow night to get him started against the Eagles. Ferguson on Monday night. We'll see how he does now with no quarterback. Hopkins against Buffalo in that huge game. Demario Douglas against the Rams. And Moody, who missed a bunch of kicks last week, but then also made the game-winning 50-yarder. Who does he have? Does he have someone on bye? Oh, he's not starting Laporta this week. Interesting. So he's starting Goff, but he's not starting Laporta, who had 15
Laporte
points
didn't
last
practice today.
Oh,
He's
so he's
banged up.
banged
Yeah.
up. So maybe he puts him in there if he does end up playing this week. On Slaps' side, Burrow on Sunday night against the Chargers. Obviously, Burrow's been on fire recently. Should be another decent game. Najee Harris against Baltimore. Stevenson against the Rams. Pickens, who's been on fire since Wilson became the starter. Gonna need another huge Pickens game if if Steelers are going to win against Baltimore. Or newly acquired Jaden Reed against the Bears. Hawkinson after his nice game against Tennessee. J.K. all day on Sunday night against the Cincy, so he has quite a few Sunday night guys. Jawan Jennings in there against Seattle, obviously with no Ayuk. And Koo against Denver. I think I'm going to pick slaps in a very close one. About 120 to 115-ish. It's going to come down to Burrow on Sunday night, and he's going to get a big game from him. Pickens is going to have a nice one. I'm going to pick slaps. I think the trade that he did for this week will help him with Dobbins and Reed having some nice games. So I'm going to take slaps in a close one. All right, Chiefs. Who's winning? Earth the Chiefs. All right, Rat. Hello? Is anybody here? Did we lose the party? Hello? The fuck happened?
Golfer,
Hello?
what the fuck happened? Jesus
I don't know.
Christ!
How long was I gone? Didn't even.
Like 20 minutes. We've been
Shout out
waiting
to
for
all.
you
It
for
was
the
not 20
longest
minutes.
time.
It was not 20 minutes. I just
He's
heard you
back?
all talking on the last matchup.
Buddy,
I don't
we've
know
been
what happened.
waiting for
You
you.
just like time me out.
Holy shit.
All right.
Hey,
Get
please
your shit
verify it's
together.
still recording. Is it recording?
Yes, it's still recording. Okay, it's Pook versus Slaps. I picked Slaps in a very close one. I think he pulls off another win to keep his hopes alive. Cheese, who's winning?
Wait, I'm about to make my pick.
Oh. Oh. Interesting.
I need Slaps to win because Pook cannot be allowed to have 8 wins and be solely first.
Okay.
Also, I think Slaps teams. He's been on the upward swing.
Yep.
And normally, I think it's not going to do crazy points for Slaps. I just think that Pook has 3 QBs that are all shit for fantasy purposes.
Okay.
Not real life for Goff, but fantasy purposes. And I don't know about Demario Douglas. And Jake Ferguson also is not it's going to be pretty low for him.
Okay, so
to
you
Cooper
need
Rush
Slaps to
own.
win, and you're picking Slaps to win.
Well, I also I like the QB matchup better. I like Pickens this week.
Yep.
I kind of like Najee this week because the Baltimore defense is not great. They just score a shit ton of points.
Okay.
Hawkinson could be a good play. I like Jawan Jennings a lot too, versus Seattle. So
So
I
you're
think,
taking Slaps.
I think Slaps has a decent week.
All right, Rat.
My boy Slaps is gonna upset Pook this week.
All right, a lot of picks
Pook
for
is-
Slaps.
Pook is starting Jared Goff. He kind of pulled a Pook, couldn't see when he was throwing against Houston and threw 5 picks. I think that happens again. I think he throws a couple
Really?
picks and costs them the
Okay.
matchup.
Okay, against Jacksonville. All right,
Yep,
interesting.
you'll see.
Pusa.
Pook is going to absolutely smack this Newcastle Scottish fuck into oblivion. And it is going to be a 40-point win.
Mm.
And we'll send Craig to the beach. I don't think there's
Okay.
many beaches in Scotland, but
There is.
You know
There literally is, but
what?
okay. Maybe
Well,
not a
not
lot
warm
of
beaches.
nice
He ain't gonna
warm
be fun to put-
beaches, but there's beaches.
yeah, well, that's yeah. He can go
Okay.
sit out in the fucking ice cold with the wind and
And he says he's
There
on the
you go.
beach
There
already.
you go. You got
Yeah,
and he
it.
doesn't drink Corona over there.
he
Golfer. He drinks
has-
fucking Guinness.
He has said he's on the beach for a long time now, but okay. Ernie, who's winning?
Look, I don't know what the fuck you guys see on Slaps. I mean, it's gonna be he's gonna get fucking destroyed. This is gonna be over by the fucking night game on Sunday.
Whoa.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try to bait Slaps into fucking trading his whole team away because panic. But he thought he had a chance to make the playoffs, but he never did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
he's
don't
the
know
same
what you guys
record
see.
as you at the moment, so he's got a chance.
Who's asking you?
I'm just saying. You say he doesn't
Alright,
have a
keep your mouth
chance,
shut.
but he's the same record as you.
Keep your mouth shut. I'm not talking to you.
Shut the fuck up, Golfer.
Golfer, shut the
Alright.
fuck up. All right. He's not making the playoffs. Golfer's not making the playoffs, and this would be an example this week when the big teams are gonna eat.
Alrighty. Zach.
Golfer, I have one question.
Yep.
Who's playing?
Pukin slaps.
Ty.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. So there we have it. There is this week's matchups. Good luck to everybody in week 11. What?
Wait. Pusa, do I get that same deal on the tie as I do on the other one?
Zach, if you predict a tie ever
In any match.
I
Ever.
would pay
And it hits.
for bottle service
There
for
you
you.
go.